Good evening, Miss Izzati. I am Yin Wei from Bachelor of Mass Communication, SUKD. Today, I would like to present the research proposal topic, Understanding the Impact of Reality Television Program in Promoting Creative Thinking Skills Among Broadcasting Students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. So, let's moving on to the first slide. First of all, I would like to briefly explain in details about the background of the research study. Alright, so the purpose of this research is to understand the impacts of the reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara, with a significant following on the social media. Reality programs are a well-known television genre that frequently features fan interactions with the cast or show. They are referred to as unscripted shows that include the real individuals as opposed to the actors. The viewers of the reality programs will get the opportunity to observe the regular people or superstars going about their daily activities on the television. Since they concentrate on the ordinary lives of their subjects in somewhat natural surroundings, reality television programs have a similar structure to the documentary. Besides, the impact of watching reality television programs can be good and bad, which also can help to promote the creative thinking skills among the students. As the previous studies have revealed, reality television may bring a negative influence on the adolescent and young adults' morals. It is crucial to understand that what values young people are learning from this media. Then, watching reality television programs can also help to promote and enhance the creative thinking skills among the young adults and students. In this media, the ability that one must possess in the 21st century is including the creative thinking. Next, the researcher has stated that the creativity is a difficult phenomenon to quantify since it is multisensory, situation-dependent, and complicated. It is very important for the young people to help them to develop their creative thinking skills and inspiration through the reality television programs in the future. While for the creative thinking skills, these abilities must be developed. Each person will be able to translate their creative potential into creative behavior if the creative talents are purposefully, consciously, and actively nurtured. Next, moving on to the problem statement. Since this research is focused on understanding the impacts of reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara, reality television program can somehow affect and promote the creative thinking skills among the broadcasting students. Most of the studies have indicated that surrealistic reality shows offer the depictions of the natural human behavior due to their unscripted format. When treated, the audience may derogatory social parallels with the reality television cast members and have unfavorable opinions of the genre in its entirety. However, reality television programs offer the viewers varying viewpoints for the contrast. Nowadays, reality television program viewing among the young adults and students will spend the entire day binge watching television without taking the breaks for food, drink, and even sleep. This would lead the young adult illness and death for them. Furthermore, reality television programs have a negative impact among the young adults' minds and students, as they provide the impression that acting angry, using the foul language, enviousness, and wearing the provocative clothing are the acceptable behaviors. Therefore, it can cause the problems and stress in the young people's lives and could also affect the creative thinking skills of the students. However, viewing reality television programs content also can become an important or educational tool to teach students and young adults, especially the broadcasting students. This is because broadcasting students are the future behind the scene of the people who will be creating media content for the audience. the television was not included in the balance of activities that some students felt were essential. In this regard, students did not perceive television in this way as a study aid or as a need given the complexity and the conflicting interests in their life. Hence, another problem is that most of the students lack of the knowledge and creative thinking skills on making reality television programs. Thus, creative thinking skills are very important and useful to the media students, especially in the broadcasting fields and others. Alright, so moving on to the next slides. Okay, so basically this slide will be discussing about the research questions. Alright, so these are the 3 research questions for the research topic. So the first RQ is, what are the impacts of reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among broadcasting students in SUKD University Kota Damansara? The second RQ will be how the creative thinking skills can be developed from watching reality television programs. The last research question is, why are the creative thinking skills important for the broadcasting students? Next, let's go through the research objective. So, these are the 3 research objectives that related to this research topic. The first research objective is to determine the impact of reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among broadcasting students in SUKD University Kota Damansara. The second research objective is to find out how the creative thinking skills can be developed from watching reality television programs. And also for the third research objectives is to identify the importance of creative thinking skills for the broadcasting students. Next, let's go to the research hypothesis for this research. In this slide, we'll be discussing about the research hypothesis. From the related literature, related theory, conceptual framework, and the previous studies, these are the following hypothesis is formulated. Okay, so for the first hypothesis will be with the impact of reality television programs, it can promote the creative thinking skills among the broadcasting students. The second hypothesis will be, by watching the reality television programs, it can develop the creative thinking skills among the broadcasting students. The last hypothesis is, there is a relationship on the impacts of the reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among the broadcasting students in SUKD University Kota Damansara. Alright, so moving on to the chapter 2. In the presentation, I will explain about the chapter 2, which is related theory and conceptual framework. In this research, I applied use and gratification theory for the research. Use and gratification theory has becoming one of the greatest useful theoretical philosophical foundations for explaining the television use. Use and gratification theory offers a practical method for using the media. The basic premise of use and gratification is that viewers are conscious of their wants and that these requirements drive their media preference if need the gratification. Some people watch the reality television program for amusement, relaxation, as a way of passing the time and escape from the reality, or for any other use and gratifications that fits them. It makes sense to assume that if reality television producers are trying to satisfy the needs of their audience, they may be modifying their programming if the editorial content isn't meeting those needs. Then, the researchers also noticed that some of the voyeurism among the spectators as they reveal their purpose, gratifications, connections, and perceived ties with the cast. This method offers a theoretical framework for researching the media consumption motivations. Besides that, use and gratifications theory views the media as a way to meet the requirements of the people. This study decided to focus on the understanding of the impacts of reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among the broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. This theory can be said that it is one of the most suitable and useful theoretical frameworks that is applied to examine into the what about understanding of the impacts of reality television programs in promoting creative thinking skills among broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. When it comes to the conceptual framework basically is an image that shows how the study is organized and how it fits within the adequate conceptual frameworks. This perspective asserts that a conceptual framework is a diagram frequently displayed as a concept map that compiles all of the important data offered in the study's literature review. Alright, so for the left side is the figure of the conceptual framework. This conceptual framework is built on the study of the interactions among the two different variables embedded in these studies, which are the independent and dependent variables. The independent variables is IV are the impacts of the reality television programs, while for the dependent variables of these studies are how the creative thinking skills can be developed from watching reality television programs among broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. Finally, I would like to briefly explain in details on Chapter 3, which are the sampling criteria and research design. Alright, so the research design of this study will be conducted in the quantitative method. A method of quantitative research focuses on the quantifying and analyzing variables to produce the results. It entails using and analyzing numerical data using the particular statistical methods to respond to queries such as 5W1H, which are who, why, what, where, when, and how. This 5W1H is very important in the quantitative research method. Therefore, this study will be distributed through the online surveys among the broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. When it comes to the sample, a sample that is larger than necessary will more accurately reflect the population as a whole and produce more reliable results. One of the samples is the purposive sampling, which refers to the selection using the judgment as opposed to the randomizations. As a subset of the convenience sampling, the purposive sampling is distinguished by the subjective selection of the respondents. The samples of the study will be collected with the help of the non-probability sampling technique. The sample populations of the research will be broadcasting students in SUKD University, Kota Damansara. The total sample of the population that is being required to be collected is around 300 respondents. However, online surveys through the Google form were used as the surveys method. Online surveys allow the process to be more effective. Moving on to the next slide. Alright, so basically this slide shows about the sampling criteria and the description. So first of all, the population for the sampling criteria is the broadcasting students in SUKD University Kota Damansara. The selection criteria is the samples who watch reality television programs. And the purposive sampling would be the sampling procedure. While for the data collection methods is using the online surveys.